Yeah. The fuck is up? Welcome. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. No work today. Day off. Drinking high noon tequila seltzers. You see how I'm switching it up? Switching it up every week for you guys. This time it's high noons tequila seltzers. I definitely tasted tequila in there. This whole time I've been drinking these vodka seltzer drinks. And I'm not a vodka guy. But isn't that it? I know it's not exactly the same, like a White Claw and regular high noon. They're not exactly vodka sodas, but they're basically vodka sodas. And I'm not a vodka guy. In fact, just last night, my coworker asked me if there's a drink that I had like as a younger drinker, that a younger, unexperienced, naive drinker that I can't have now. And I knew immediately there's one drink that comes to mind for me. It was the first time that I ever really got like wasted, like kind of vomit wasted off of a liquor. And my boy was throwing a party. I believe it was a Halloween party, but I forget. Of course, his parents were not in town. Dave, you remember this. He threw a party, and this guy was I could not have a friend more afraid of his parents than this guy. Let's just call him Ant. Ant-Man was like the most afraid of his parents of like all of my group of friends. For good reason, because he'd get his ass whooped. And this motherfucker was the one that had the balls to throw a party when his parents were out of town. And I mean like bro, like, you know, one of those high school parties that gets out of hand? Like, this happened. It went down. It was a Halloween party, and I think that there was supposed to be like some Halloween dance at school, and this motherfucker threw like his own competing dance at his crib. So like when people started finding out about his party, they're like, yo, there's not going to be like a single adult over there. Let's do this, son. And it was, I remember like I was one of his good friends. So we were part of like the setup crew. We were there planning the party, you know, like setting up, buying drinks and you know, fucking helping each other with our fucking outfits. Deciding if we have the right fucking Echo shirt on or whatever. I don't know. Like shit that wouldn't matter at all. But, you know, we're high school kids, man. We're going nuts over every dumb detail. I remember they picked me up. Ant was the only one that had a car out of all of us, of course, and they picked me up in his car, and they were blasting this song that I had never heard at the time, and I was like, it was just getting us all hyped, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, are they sampling fucking Ozzy Osbourne? Do y'all remember Let's Go? I think it's by Trick Daddy. It's like, let's go. If you want it, we can get it. Let me know. And I mean, for sure, my show will get flagged the moment I play anything resembling Ozzy Osbourne. But, you know, it's not like I make any money off of this anyway. So let's see. It might get muted for you guys, but Let's Go Trick Daddy. And I was like, yo, who produced this joint, son? They're like, Lil Jon, because Lil Jon was on top of the world at that time with shit like Get Low, Get Low, Get Low, Get Low. But yeah, this is the, of course a commercial's going to play because I forgot that I live in a capitalist world. And here we go. Remember this? Ding, ding. Ding, 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 and then it comes in so fucking. If you want it, we can get it. Let me know. Let's go. That's all I'll play. Because pretty sure just that all of that was muted anyways. But if it wasn't. If your ears were allowed to be blessed by that, then, man, you had a fucking gift just now. Remember that? And I remember that we were driving in a car. I've never driven in a car. I've been driven in many cars, but like twice I've driven a car. For like a couple of seconds with, my teacher, my dad. Anyways, I'm in the back seat. Listening to this, and we're all just getting fucking hyped. And I was like, oh my God. Lil Jon done did it again. Lil Jon done did it again. Because you got to remember, he had get low, to the window, to the wall, till the sweat dropped down my balls. Anyways. And then he had with Usher. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. I mean, that guy was on a roll. And then here he comes with fucking let's go. Got us hyped for that party. We were just dumbass kids. We had vodka. We didn't know what the fuck people mix vodka with. We should have just done fucking vodka seltzers. But no, our dumbasses were like, we like orange juice. We were providing like screwdrivers all night at a Halloween party. To this day, I sometimes cringe at the smell of a screwdriver because the memory of the lingering scent of vomited vodkas and orange juices the next morning is a memory that will never be erased from my mind. See, that's the kind of struggle that I live with. That's the kind of damaged past I come from. The smell of the vomit all over Aunt's crib. Of just vodka and orange juices. So much stuff went down. I remember like people were dancing and grinding on each other so hard that like his some of his, I think like china got broken. We put up blankets or something on the china cabinet and we were like, this will protect it from the debauchery that's about to go down tonight. Stupid naive, yo. We were so anyway, we literally put up a blanket in front of glass and we're like, that's fine. Problem solved. We were on the cutting edge of mansplaining. Like we were mansplaining fucking china cabinets. We're like, if you put a blanket there, everything will be fine. Man solved. I'm the king of man solving. We were back then too. And of course, when that shit didn't work, we were like, oh, but how? We did all the calculations. We hung it up. We stared at it. Thought it was a home run. All this to say, I don't like vodka. And that's why I'm drinking tequila seltzer by High Noon. Yeah. Oh, I'm a little long-winded sometimes, aren't I? Oh. I know that sounded like High Noon is sponsoring this. Obviously, they're not, nor do I think that they would want to. But, you know, there will come a day. I promise you there will come a day where these episodes will be brought to you by the ESPN guy. It will be brought to you by an alcohol that will have been provided to me as part of a promotion. And you know, I guess technically I have been drinking free tequila from my buddy James often and in the past, but I don't advertise for him. I guess I advertise for James. I wonder if I should just fucking start mentioning his liquor company or the store that he works for, and how fast his Yelp review ratings will go down or something. That company sponsors the most crass podcast out there. Actually, I'm not that bad. I have the type of friends that make me wonder if I'm getting too soft. I have the type of friends that make me wonder, am I, you know, I don't like the word woke because I mean it gets thrown. I'm pretty liberal, so I guess it'll always be thrown against me, but am I getting too, as they say, woke? I don't know. I wouldn't call it woke, but I do call it maybe, I openly wonder if I'm getting too sensitive about stuff, which is really what they're saying, right? When someone's like, "Oh, I'm anti-woke shit," you just don't want people to be that sensitive about stuff anymore, right? Like I think that's what it is, like. And I actually see myself, like, sometimes my friends will say shit and like 9 of them react, and I'm the one that I'm like, "Ew." And I'm like, is it? And here's the thing: out of the 10 of us, I'm the only one trying to have a successful podcast. I'm the only one trying to have or pursue some type of career on stage. I'm about to, you know, have my first 5 minutes, my first set, December 10th at the Comedy Cellar. So yeah, you best believe I ain't trying to get in hot water, get canceled, you know. I want to host the Oscars someday, you know. I wouldn't want people to like. I wouldn't want people to go through all my episodes and or my posts and be like, ah, there you go, got him. And I wonder if it's because of that I am a little bit more aware of shit than, I guess, my friends that don't give a damn about any of, you know, getting canceled. They can't get canceled from what? Their life? But it also, like, I do, like, maybe it's, like, working on me, like, the wokeness. Because, like, instead of me, like, reacting like, oh, I don't react like, oh, that's something that is illegal to say. I react like, oh, that's mean. Like, oh, that's a mean thing to say. That's how I look at it sometimes. I know I'm all over the place right now, but yeah, I was just thinking that the other day. Like, I might be the most fucking sensitive, the most bitchiest of my group of friends. I will be the one that, oh, you shouldn't say that. You're better than that. And my friends will be like, no, we're not. And I remember when you weren't either. That was William Hernandez. This is Will Bryant. All right? Different people. Oh, man. I do this thing. Has nothing to do with what I was just talking about. No transition at all. New story. Keep up with me. Here we go. I do this thing where I just sing randomly. And I don't sing songs that actually exist. I will make up songs on the spot. And sometimes I'll care about such constructs as rhyming, but oftentimes I don't let that hamper me. You know, I will just sing. It doesn't always have to be with an audience, but I mean, my cats are always around, so I always have an audience. But I like doing it in front of Val, too. I don't know if she likes it. I don't know if my girlfriend likes it, but I like to do it. About random shit, like I'm drinking the high noon. And this one will be done soon, so I look for another. I need a new one to quench my thirst. But first, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Grapefruit. Why do I bring this up? Let me tell you. Because this annoying trait of mine, which I have been told is annoying. I don't think it's annoying. I think it's amazing. I think it's stupendous. But I've been told it's annoying, along with a lot of other shit that I do, which confuses me because I'm the least annoying person in the entire world. This trait of mine has caught on to my girl. She will sing random shit about random things all the time. All the time. Not even to me. Just like she'll be in a different room and she'll sing. And the other day, I'm sitting here right now, right where I'm sitting right now, where you see me. If you're on YouTube, thank you. And if you are, like and subscribe, and I appreciate you. Sitting right here, and what you can't see is that on the other side there's another desk with another like vanity mirror. Like we have turned this room into a 2-person studio. She works on that side, I work on this side, and we just fucking, sometimes just stare at each other while we were working. And she starts singing some random song that's nothing to do with nothing. And she's just, I don't remember what kicked her off, but this is the line that I remember, the chorus of her song. Because here's the thing, when we sing, we find a chorus and we try to repeat it, And she's singing this. me. Ready? It went like this. All fake, no break. All fake, no break. And then she immediately says, I dedicate that song to you. Points right at me. And I'm here on sitting at this desk hearing a song called All Fake, No Break, and then having that dedicated to me. And she's staring at me. Like she just fucking wrote Imagine by John Lennon. she's fucking staring at me like she just wrote Stairway to Heaven. And that it was dedicated to me, of all people. She's staring at me like she just penned, and I will always love you. Yeah. See, if you write that, you sing that, and then dedicate that to your fucking boyfriend, that's a dedication. That's something I can be proud of. But if you sit across from me and go, all fake, no break, I dedicate this song to you. That's what you dedicate to me? The fuck is that? I'm the least fake person in the entire world. The most real. The realest, as they would say. All fake, no break. And what is this no break shit? Like you need a break from me? You need a break from this? The fuck are you talking about? No breaks needed, no breaks given. No breaks, Will Bryant. Give me a break. Give me a break. No. No breaks. Breakless. I may be broken, but you get no breaks when you deal with Will Bryant. The breakless one. Breaks. That makes sense because all my life, I've heard, Will, give me a break. And I never give it to them. Ever. All fake, no break, fine. 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 That's what it is. All fake, no break. See, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And I didn't want to become this. All fake, no break. That's what happens. You just try to live your life as a good person. And instead, you're told, you're all fake, no break. You hear me struggling with my mic right now? Give me a break, Mike. Give me a break. When she saw my reaction, which by the way was none too pleased. Like, why the fuck would I be like, oh, thank you for that song. She was like, what? I'm like, all fake, no break. You want me to be happy about that? She's like, oh, I didn't even listen to what I was saying. I didn't even listen to what I was saying. That was her defense. Can you imagine if I said something stupid to my girl? Like, if she turned to me and was like, oh, how does my makeup look? And I was like, I don't know, like a clown. And then just fucking walked away. And she'd be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? I didn't even listen to what I was saying. What if that happened? Huh? What if she was like, oh, how does my outfit look? And I'd be like, I don't know, you look like you're an extra from Mad Max. And she'd be like, what the fuck? And I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even listen to what I was saying. Does that fly? Is that cool? I didn't even listen to what I was saying. It's not okay. Has to be. It has to be okay, though, for me to keep the what is this? There's a very delicate balance in a house. Men know what I'm talking about. Men, let's gather around, all right? Fucking men time right now. All right? We know what it is to live with one of them, all right? It's a very delicate balance. We're fucking scientists here, perfecting this nuclear concoction that at any moment can go catastrophically wrong. And I'm talking about, you ever seen Chernobyl on HBO? Great miniseries. Go watch it if you haven't. I showed it to Val, my Russian girlfriend. And I was like, is this your life? Is this what you guys do? We give you shit like The Sopranos. You call us Chernobyl. What is this? And that's what it's like living with someone that you love. Living with someone that you adore. Because, don't twist my words. I listen to what I'm saying. I hope you do too. We're fucking scientists. Anything that we do or say wrong and that fucking nuclear reactor goes off, all right? And suddenly we are blamed for the worst disaster in the history of Bushwick. And so it's okay when your girl sings a denigrating song in front of you and then dedicates it to you. That's okay. That doesn't throw off the molecular equation of the living situation. But if I suddenly, start singing songs about her, could you imagine if I came into the room and I was like, my girlfriend is so fake and I never get a break from her. Baby girl, I dedicate that song to you. She'd be looking at me like, what the? I could have done without any of that. Thank you for ruining my moment. But she does it to me, and what is it? I didn't even listen to what I was saying. And it's an excuse that I have to accept. So as this scientist trying to keep this mathematical equation, this fucking biochemistry, this nuclear physics, this fucking thing that's I'm trying to keep all of that shit together, I take her fucking sayings and I'm like, well, of course this makes sense. Let me plug that right in. And anything I say, keep it away because it is highly combustible. I'm just trying, fucking Mike, in my face, stay in my face. My job and all of our jobs as boyfriends, as husbands, hell, even for some of you girlfriends out there, our jobs are just to keep shit from blowing the fuck up. And if that means being okay with a song called All Fake No Break being dedicated to you, then so fucking be it. I think I've just decided during this episode I need a new mic stand. I'm fucking wrestling with this. I'm wrestling with my mic right now. Anyways. That was probably so annoying to you guys listening. I apologize. I apologize for annoying you guys so much. It's annoying me trying to record with this, but whatever. I realized, because my girl had one of these days where she's just like, oh my God, this mic is just not working with me today. My girl had one of these days where she was just like, you know what? I'm just kind of going to shit on you for the rest of the day. And I know, girls, don't lie to me. If you have been in a relationship with your man, if you've been in a relationship with your man for like a year or two, We're going on. We're on 3. I know she's listening to this. Like, we've been longer together for 3. I know. Relax. All right. Fucking erase that text you started. I love when my girl texts me angry shit that she hears on the podcast. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, whoops. If you've been with someone for like a while, you will have a day where you just wake up and you're just like, yeah, I'm going to fuck with him. He's going to wonder what the hell's going on. I'm going to fuck with him. And the guy's just like, what the hell? What did I do today? Why is this happening? There's no answer, guys. There's no answer. You just got to go with it. Just got to go through it. Now, I know. So many women right now are listening. So many, because I have so many listeners and so many fucking fans. But so the waves, the plethora of women are listening right now. All 4 of you guys. And they're like, oh yeah, because men never fucking piss us off. Yes, we do, but usually by accident. You guys are like, he needs to be brought down a peg. So she, at some point after her beautiful dedication to me, she, I don't know why, but she started just doing her impression of me. You know what I've learned in my recent history? What my ow hit my hand on my desk. This desk comes out of nowhere sometimes. Apparently this is how people impersonate me. Let me show you right now what everyone does now, what my friends do when they think that they're doing a perfect impersonation of Will. This is all they do. Ready? This is all they do. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. Yeah. Okay, I get it. You know what? Fuck you, but I get it. And thank you, all right? That means that it's working, all right? Branding, motherfucker. It's goddamn marketing, all right? How about that? I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. What up? So she goes, I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. And of course, everyone makes me sound like a dumbass when they do it. But then here's the thing. All right. I'm going to be my girl. And this is exactly what she said to me. And I'm going to say it to you the way she said it to me. All right. Ready? And action. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. Piss. End scene. And I looked at her like, what the? Piss? When the fuck do I tell people to piss? And she's like, not peace, peace. What? Not peace. Peace. And then she puts up like her 2 fingers, like peace. And I'm like, oh, peace. You mean when I say peace at the end of my shows? Because that's so original. I got to come up with something better than that, right? Peace. Can't trademark that. I swear to God, I thought she said pit. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. Piss. That's just look confidently into the camera. Like, yeah, nailed it. Yeah. All right, guys. That's enough for me. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys as always. Be sure to rate, subscribe, review, all that good shit. But that's all for now. As always, I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. Piss. And she gets so mad at me. She gets mad at me when I misunderstand her accent. Because she's for those of y'all that might not know, might have forgotten, she's from Russia. She's straight out of Siberia. Like she grew up in an igloo. Like she used to, they didn't, She didn't get a license to drive a car. She got a permit to own snow dogs. Like that's where she lived. None of that is true. I'm surprised when she's like talking to me about streets and concrete sidewalks. I'm like, you guys had concrete? She's like, Will, we had whole cities. I was like, I thought Siberia was 78 million miles of just snow and polar bears and Siberian wolves. Apparently not. So, yeah, the accent. Peace and like it will sound very similar. She could say something like, here's a Russian person, ready? Not just her, any Russian person. Same word to them. For us, two different words. They can be like, I don't like war, I like peace. And also, same person will say, where's the bathroom? I need to take a piece. Two different words, but that shit, peace. I like peace and have to take a piece. Same. What? Hello? Like, I remember there was one time where Val was getting ready for work, right? She was getting dressed and it was like cold and shitty outside. And, you know, she was just like not happy about having to go out there and work. And she goes, ugh, Will, I don't want to leave. And I was like, wow, I mean, it's bad weather, but there's always a reason, there's always a reason to live, Val. There's no need to go to that dark place. She's like, no, not leave. And I was like, I know, yes, you should want to live. No, I want to leave. I don't want to die, but I don't want to leave. So you do want to die? No, you idiot. I don't want to die. I want to leave. But I don't want to leave. I want to stay. I don't want to go. Also, in my head, I'm realizing, am I making her Jamaican? Like a really terrible version of a Jamaican person? I don't know. I don't want to go. Rasta. I want to stay. Everyone is, you know what? I don't know what the fuck accent I'm using right now. But you know what? It's because I'm a man of the world. I'm so woke, I can't even imitate a goddamn foreign accent. It's my body's disallowing me from being able to do it, It's just the way you do. She's like, I didn't know she was saying, I thought she was saying, I don't want to live. I don't want to go to work right now so bad that I don't want to live. But she was actually just saying, it's so shitty outside, I don't want to leave. It happens a bunch with us. And that's what happened. I'm Will Bryant. Piss. It's peace. Peace. That's what I said. Peace. I'm done talking about this. I have to go to the bathroom. I have to take a piece. You said it again. This is going to be my girlfriend's favorite episode. I can see it now. I've had it up to here with this mic stand. I don't know. It's just you know what it is? If you can see on YouTube, look, my mic stand, it's going through some shit where if you just tap it the wrong way, ready, watch. It's like a limp dick. Just get it up. Gotta rub it to get it up, Yeah, now it's up. But if you just if you just do the wrong thing, whoop, it's still up, but, limp dick. You got a limp dick now. That doesn't work for anyone just listening, which is why you should be following me on YouTube, like and subscribe. so that you can see my microphone act like a limp dick. Maybe my girl's onto something. You probably do need a break from me. No fake, though. No fake here. You do need a break, but there's no fake here. Whenever people do impressions of me, going back to that, they always make my voice sound like this. Ready? This is what it's like. I've been compared to like Seth Rogen or Hulk Hogan in the past. Like, and is that what I sound like? Now I feel like I'm going the opposite on purpose, but when I do drink a lot, I do go like this a little bit, maybe. Yeah. Oh, fuck, man, I do sound like that. Maybe. I try not to. That cannot be like the voice I use on stage. I refuse. I don't do that on this show, do I? Nah. I'm probably awesome on this show. I make no mistakes. I have no flaws. I am the perfect amount. The breakless one. Will Bryant. I was at a deli before work the other day, and it's one of those delis that allow you to like sit either inside or outside and just chill and drink and eat or whatever. And there's a dude that was trying to tell his boy how drunk he was. Which I love. Yeah, you know what? Like, that's what I feel. If I'm ever drunk, I want to call someone else and tell them, hey, I'm mad drunk. Fucking loser. And when he was describing to him how drunk he was like, yo, my dude, I had like 4 pints today. And I was like, antennas up. Whoops. What did he say? Yo, my dude, I'm telling you, son. I'm fucking wasted right now, bro. I had 4 pints. What are you saying? 4 pints? And I swear he self-corrects himself. He's like, because I bet you his boy on the other line. First of all, who calls each other? Dude, stop calling each other. Fucking text like normal people. Dave. So this dude is on the phone like, yo, my dude, I just drank 4 pints. 100%. His boy was like, do you mean pints? And this dude goes, I love when someone gets caught using wrong language that doesn't exist. Like just making up words. And they go like, oh, I mean, you know, pints, pints, whatever it is. Like it just doesn't matter which way you describe the word. No, there's a specific way to describe the word, bro. There's only one thing worse than that. And I have a friend. I love you. But my boy does this thing where he would always mispronounce this basketball player's name. What was his name? Who was it? Point guard from the Utah Jazz. I say back in the day, but to me, back in the day is John Stockton. We're so old that still back in the day is another Utah Jazz point guard, Darren Williams. And notice, observe that I said Darren Williams. And my friend, one of my best friends in the entire goddamn world, who knows plenty about basketball, who is an avid 2K player, would always call him Derone while giving him accolades. He'd be like, oh yeah, I love Derone Williams. And I'd be like, whoa, his name is Darren Williams. And do you want to know Do you want to know his response to me when I would correct him on the pronunciation of this man's name? He would say, "Oh, I love Daron Williams," and I'm like, "Oh, actually, his name is Darren. It's pronounced Darren Williams." And his response was, "Oh, yeah, but I say Daron." What? Hey, that's not his name. You, making up a new name. Imagine, hey, I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. Oh, nice to meet you, Will Bryant. Oh, no. Excuse me. I said Bryant. Oh, yeah, I heard you. But I say Bryant. And that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. But I say, bro, this isn't tomato. This isn't potato. This isn't even garage and garage. This is a person's name. There's no I say. There's we all say. Because you know who says? He does. The guy whose name it is. And he doesn't say, Daron is fine. Yo, you know who's an underrated ass point guard? Daron Williams. Actually, his name is Darren. Yeah, but I say Daron. Well, you say it wrong. Oh, notice I have not said a name here because I love this guy and I love you if you're listening. And peace, not piss. Peace. I bet not because I'm saying bye, just because I want peace between us. I thought that was I have no idea how I got here on the mispronunciations of things. From peace to Daron, it's all full circle, you know. Pints, pints. Oh, yeah, however you say it. No, not however you say it. How it is said, okay? If you mispronounce something and someone corrects you on the pronunciation, your reaction should not be however you say it. No, it is said. How it is said, okay? Also, for all you grammar pieces of crap out there like me, how do we correct other people on mispronouncing shit without being a piece of shit? I pose that question to you out there. How the fuck do we do that? Because I've gotten to the point in my life, in my age, where I just want to avoid conflict so much that if someone mispronounces something, I'm just like, fuck it. Like, fuck it. Like, I'll just take that information that you are an idiot and just fucking move on from there. Because if you're coming around me and mispronouncing, bro, if you go out of your way to pronounce the L in salmon, I'm not gonna fucking tell you it's not, hey, actually it's not salmon. It's not. Because I don't want to have that fucking conversation. Why is there an L in there? Go fuck yourself with the L. Take the L out of the salmon and stick it right up your goddamn fucking ass and fuck yourself with it. Because that's how much I don't want to talk about that. I am you know how motherfuckers are all annoying? Like, I'm in my villain era. Yay. I'm in my avoid confrontation era. Leave me the fuck alone. So if that means you want to pronounce the goddamn L in your salmon, fucking go for it. Have at it. Because am I not wrong? There's no way to correct someone on their mispronunciation of shit without coming off like the asshole. Like, you come off with like an asshole because you're trying to improve someone else's life. You go around talking like a dipshit. I try to improve your life and I'm the asshole. How? But tell me, people that care about the pronunciation of shit, let's get together. How the fuck do we fix this? How does it go down? Like, I'm sorry. People that say biopic instead of biopic. This isn't something that's myopic. It's a biographical picture. Biopic. What is this? Are you going in for surgery? Oh, I just went to the biopic. I just saw the fucking Napoleon biopic. What, you sat in for a surgery? What the fuck are you talking about? It's a biopic. Biopic. Do you fill out your bio on Tinder? Hey, let me see your Tinder bio. No, it's a bio. And do you tell someone, hey, my bio on Tinder is not working. Can you help me fix my bio? What are you talking about? Oh, you know my bio. My bio and my pic, my biopic. Hey, maybe your bio sucks so much because you say shit like bio and biopic. But there's a whole fucking legion of people that are like, no, biopic makes sense. That is the way it should be fucking said. You know what? I'll accept that more than mispronouncing someone's name and then trying to tell me that that's just the way you pronounce it. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm trying to be a better person. And that means letting shit like this just go. You know? You know? If I'm bartending and you order a pint of Stella, fucking, I won't do what I want to do. Because what I want to do is pour that pint and then throw that pint right in your face. And tell you, it's pint, asshole. And they'll be like, oh, why the fuck did you just throw a pint of Stella in my face? And I'll be like, I'm sorry. And they'll be like, do you mean sorry? And I'll be like, yeah, but I say Siri. Fuck you. God. So I'm doing good. Not mad at anything at all. I'm actually not mad at anything at all. I'm doing pretty good. Keep going to my classes, my comedy classes. I'm at the point where I have more than 5 minutes and I've got to start cutting a lot. And that's good because my goal was to just try and like throw a lot of shit at the wall at these classes and see what's good, what's working. And I'm having a good problem where like more stuff is working than I thought would work. So I'm at a place where to get down to 5 minutes, to like a really good, solid, tight 5 minutes, I'm going to have to cut stuff that is already kind of getting laughs in my class. And I'm just going to kind of keep what gets the best laughs, which is good. yeah, I'm happy because I was afraid that I was gonna struggle to find anything that made anybody laugh, but it's going pretty well. My teacher, my mentor, Rick, is pleased with what I've presented thus far, and very soon, you know what I'm freaking out about right now. I don't know if I'm freaking out about it, but what I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about right now if what I'm saying is going to be funny. I'm actually kind of worried about just remembering my set. I'm My biggest fear right now is not delivering a line and getting zero laughs. It's delivering or actually it's not being able to deliver a line in the first place. Or skipping over a bunch of lines because I had this like brain fart on stage, and it either throws me off or it costs me a couple of laughs because I just left it out of my set. Like I'm worried about remembering my lines essentially. You know how an actor is worried about remembering their lines the day before or the morning of recording. Like that's how I feel. I found myself walking around, like if I'm walking to work or walking home or something like that, I've found myself like tuning out whatever podcast I'm listening to or music I'm listening to. And I start saying my own jokes, my own bits back to myself, seeing how well I know them and how well I remember them. It's that's what I'm worried about right now. It's just I don't want to get up there and fucking forget what I came up with. Cuz you're on the spot. So if I find myself at a blanking on something, I'm just going to try to power through it with whatever comes to my mind first. And if that puts me in a place where I just fucking blew off 5-10 lines of shit that I came up with at home, like, and worked on and molded, like, yeah, that's my biggest fear is just forgetting what to say and in what order to say it. And it's weird because it's just 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes sounds like nothing, but for anyone that's never given a speech, it's 1 minute doesn't sound like a long time until you have to talk or you have to hold your breath, man. And then it's forever. I will say I'm very good at... That's never been a problem for me if you just tell me to get up somewhere and talk. But I've never really had to get up somewhere and say specific things, recite specific things, lines. I've never had to do this. Never acted a day in my life. I've never even done a school play. I've done like school songs and shit, But remembering, I've never memorized a script, and now I'm writing my own script for myself, essentially. I'm trying to make people laugh in the process. I remember. I don't remember where I saw or heard this, but I do remember somebody saying this about Dr. Dre. And there was some rapper that was talking about writing lyrics to a song and showing it to Dr. Dre. And Dre looked through like pages of lyrics and crossed out 90% of what this guy had written down. Tore pages out. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but all this shit. And Dre's like, this line, that line, what you said here, that shit is dope. Go from there. And I keep that in mind when I go back and I edit and try to cut the fat on what I've got thus far. Because, like I said, I've got more than 5 minutes, but it could be a really solid 5 minutes if I cut out what's not needed, you know? You ever seen a movie that's like 2.5 hours long and you're like, yeah, that wasn't bad, but if they cut out like a half hour from that movie, it would have been really fucking dope? That's what I'm going through right now, I think. I probably have closer to 8 minutes right now. And with the way that I'm able to just go off topic and talk like a dumbass piece of shit, probably 10. But it would be like 10 decent minutes compared to 5 strong minutes. Hopefully, that's the idea. Fingers crossed. That's where I am. I went back and watched some Rodney Dangerfield clips. I probably watched a good 10 different performances of his when he was on the Johnny Carson show. And definitely learned a lot from him. I don't know if he's someone whose pace I can keep up with. See, I heard that Rodney started off his career as the type of comedian that had a lot more long-winded jokes, a lot more like of a storytelling aspect to his jokes and delivery. And then he started cutting the fat, as I say, and basically altering his style so that it's basically just set up punchline, set up punchline. Like, oh, I think I said it last episode or something like that. Oh, my wife likes talking after sex, so she calls me from the hotel room. Bang! Like, no respect at all. That's a 2-line joke, a setup and a punchline. Another 2-line joke of his, like, oh, my doctor said I should lose some weight, and I said, doctor, I want a second opinion. He said, oh, you're ugly too. Bang! Setup punchline. That's like, maybe 2 or 3 sentences, but whatever. There's just no time wasted. It's not like he doesn't have to set up an entire story to get to the funny parts. It's like relentless. There's no wasted time, no wasted line. I'm a huge wrestling fan, and it reminds me of a wrestler that has no wasted motion in the ring, where everything he does, every way he moves has a purpose. Watching a Rodney Dangerfield set, to me, reminds me a lot of watching an Arn Anderson match or a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat match, where everything that they do means something. Every movement they make, every word they say means something. No wasted motion, no wasted movement, no wasted energy, no wasted time. I see myself as being a bit more of a storyteller comedian. And that doesn't the goal is to be able to do that without wasting time, without wasting movement or lines or whatever. But there are comedians out there that instead of being more set up punchline, in fact, most comedians are the type that will tell you a story and find multiple parts within that story to make you laugh. Like if I can tell you the story about, I don't know, the first time that I ever went on a date, and it's a 10-minute story, but in there I make you laugh a bunch of times, as opposed to a comedian that takes 10 minutes and tells you 30 different things and makes you laugh the entire time as well. There's a difference there. And I don't know if the setup punchline style is really in me. Because, I mean, look at me right now, dude. I come at you every week talking freely on a mic and put it out on a podcast. Like, I have no problem talking and telling stories. So essentially, like, I come on here with very little preparation and just fucking spew shit. essentially I'm trying to find a way to do this in a way that seems like I'm coming off the top of my dome, coming off the top of the brain, but it's going to be a very calculated like amount of time that I'm actually saying this, and within the stories that I tell, I'm actually going to practice telling these stories over and over and over again with a bunch of fucking points in between all these stories that'll make you laugh. That's the idea. That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm figuring out. Like last week, I told you guys that I figured out that I might have to be the type of comedian that acts shit out a little bit more, that maybe invokes emotion through the way that I say shit a little bit more. Whereas there are comedians out there that can just say shit in a dry way, in a plain way, and just rely on essentially what they're saying, the fact that what they're saying is so funny that it'll get the laugh. But like, I have no problem admitting that I already have moments in my first 5 minutes that I've ever come up with where if I don't deliver it a certain way, I don't think it'll get the laugh, you know? So I see that within myself. I think I'm gravitating so far in the earliest stages that can be towards the type of storytelling comedian that drops into character every now and then to better illustrate the story and better get the laugh, you know? I'm really enjoying my classes. I really look forward to the time after the classes too, because the moment I get off stage, I'm like, oh man, I know what to fix, and I can't wait to get at it again. And that's where we're at now, man. It's really cool. It's dope. You know, I was gonna end it there, but I just had this one really random moment. Honestly, I guess not that random because of where I work, but it was just a moment that was very. It felt very just wholesome to me, in a weird way that like. I don't know, how do I describe this? I have moments every now and then when with my job, working at the Comedy Cellar and bartending in the Connected Cafe upstairs where the comedians hang out. I have random moments that I feel mean a lot to me and just make me feel good and motivated. It makes me feel good about working there and motivated about just continuing to work there and continuing to pursue what I am doing. And I had a really silly, simple moment that made me feel just really, honestly, just happy, man. It was so stupid and simple, and it just made me fucking smile so much. And, it's one of those cool moments that only happens because of the job that I have. So I was bartending in the cafe. So if you're not sure, I thought about this. I think I'm going to do an entire episode kind of going through what it is, what the cellar is and all the rooms that we have and the history of it. I might do an entire episode just based on what, the history of the cellar and what it is now and what it's like working there. But one of the cool things about it is we definitely 100% get, very famous people in the comedy industry dropping by on random days at random times. So last Monday, I was bartending in the cafe. And I made sure to put on Monday Night Football, and it was the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets, I believe. I think that was the game, right? Or is that this week? Who were the Bills playing against last week? Oh, the Broncos, Bills and Broncos. And I had the game on the TV behind me, but pretty much no one's paying attention to it. It's it's not a sports bar. It's a cafe where comedians sit in the corner and get ready for their sets downstairs, basically, and around the corner. Comedians usually sit off at the tables and talk amongst themselves. They talk shop. And everyone else sits at their tables and minds their own business or whatever. I'm bartending, and I'm looking at over at the game, and I'm like, oh shit, there was a crazy play, and I turn around, and my bar that was empty. I only have 5 seats at the bar. So it's not like I have a huge bar. It's like I said, it's a cafe. We're not a fucking sports bar. My bar was empty. One person sat down with like a notepad, which is like writing vigorously. And I looked up, and my initial instinct was like to just put down, water and ask if they wanted a drink or whatever. But he kind of saw that in me and preempted me. He's like, and he just looks up. He goes, "I don't worry about me. I'm just want to watch the game." And I look up, and it's Ray Romano sitting at my bar saying that. And I've seen him come in a couple of times already. But this is only the second time that he's been this close of a vicinity to me. And it's the second time that I kind of had this, like, I don't know, like I was kind of frozen moment. I love Ray Romano. I love his stand-up. I love his television show. I think he's actually an extremely underrated actor, even in dramatic roles like The Irishman. And he's just wanted to watch the game while working on some of his notes on his jokes. And he was the only one sitting at the bar. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. He already had his water. He didn't need anything. Very low maintenance. And moments later, there's this play where Russell Wilson on the Broncos escapes from the defense and throws this ridiculous throw into the end zone to Cortland Sutton. And it looks like there's no way that this dude's going to make this catch. And he caught it and dragged his feet. And it was such a close fucking call that they showed it on replay like over and over again. And the play was so ridiculous. Like the fact that that the catch was completed. I just looked at it. I was watching the play and I was like, holy shit. That was crazy. So crazy that like the next day they had these statistics about how to judge the probability of throws and catches in the NFL. And since that like statistic was invented in 2010, that catch and that throw that happened in that moment was the statistically least probable completion that has ever happened in the past like fucking 13 years since they were able to calculate that. And that's the catch that I was watching, and I was just dumbfounded. I was like, holy shit. Are you fucking kidding me? And Ray Romano goes, holy shit, I think he caught that. And we just kind of look at each other. And we had this moment where I was no longer starstruck by someone that I admired and revered. We were literally just two bros watching football, amazed by a football play and looking at each other like, holy shit, that was a dope football play. And then he went right back to writing his notes. And I had this moment where I was like, whoa. I just reacted to a crazy football play with Ray Romano. Like we're just two dudes watching a game. Because you know what? At that moment, we were. And I don't know why. But that shit just made me really smile. And I'm smiling right now just telling that story again. Ray Romano is just a dope, cool, chill sports fan. You know? And we saw the most statistically improbable catch in the last 13 years chilling at the bar. Hopefully, y'all didn't think that was too fake. And I hope y'all didn't need a break from that. If you do need a break, don't worry. The show's ending and it's all good. Before I officially end this show, do me a favor, though. Follow me on all platforms. I'm Will Bryant. You can follow me on Instagram, on X, on Twitch, on Spotify, on Threads, on YouTube. It's the same on all platforms. That's 3 words. I'm Will Bryant, Bryant, like Kobe. Appreciate y'all. Until next time. Peace.